Every in August, 2,500 people walk for 4 days, 57.5 miles. It began 25 years ago. Why? We can ask why people want to do that.
God made us in His image, and God is the Trinity. And when we're all together, we feel that who we are as human beings. And that's not just secular, that is also very religious. You know, we could talk about the athletic religion. You know, thousands of people go to football games and baseball games. And in some ways, there is a dynamism of people being together and applauding and singing. There's something maybe very human and religious about that. But that dimension that goes deeper takes place on something like a pilgrimage. Is it popular in the United States? I would say it's becoming more popular. So just learning, you know, why we have a pilgrimage, the spiritual value of it.
Ile bagaże?
3, tak, z namiotem. Hey guys, who has walking number 2?
This pilgrimage, although quite unique, started off here in Great Meadows with a sister and a few young Polish kids, Polish-American kids, and they walked, and gradually Father Ignatius Kuszemski, who was pastor here, started to sponsor it, and it became more and more developed, and now, you know, there's a large group, there's a few thousand people.
Began 25 years ago with a small group, 18 people. This group is growing every year after year, more and more people. Finally, hundreds of people.
It's growing, and the spiritual value is quite remarkable.
There's a deep need of the pilgrimage in people's hearts. Tradition of walking pilgrimage to Our Lady of Częstochowa comes from Poland, and there are so many pilgrimages in Poland. Working in Poland, I led one group for 4 years, and I also organized the pilgrimage. And being here, I can see a huge difference. Everything in here in the US must be better prepared, must be better organized. We need to accomplish so many things before the pilgrimage. Everything has to be prepared.
We usually start in January, is when we get the paperwork in from the parks where we have to sleep. And we fill out the paperwork and the permits in all the parks, and we send that back in. And then in maybe April, May, when we start to have meetings on what we're going to eat, how we're going to do registration, and we work on that. We always get phone calls, usually in the beginning of the year, because people want to plan their vacation, so they need to take time off. So they'll call us in January and February wanting to know the dates of the pilgrimage. Then we start, usually in June, is when we start a lot of the work. The paperwork, the ordering of food, getting the menu down correctly, finding out what kind of donations we'll be getting so that we can buy the rest of the food. We go through parks and to police, and the state police and the townships all have to be notified that we're walking through. People will call. We usually ask them to look at our website, www.walkingpilgrimage.us, and on there is usually listed places they can go to pre-register, or it'll tell you when the start of the pilgrimage is and what dates that they can join, and then they can register in person. Everybody has to be registered for safety reasons and insurance purposes. It also gives you lists on there of things to pack, general knowledge, things to pack for the pilgrimage.
Tak, na jednej trójce.
Raz.
Nie.
She's dedicated. You want people to
It's fine, yeah.
When do we leave first?
Tomorrow?
Well, besides that.
I don't know. We might.
Sunday.
Yeah.
And then are we first?
Do you remember the frequency each day?
154 570.
Want to go down on the floor with us?
Na to niższe.
So many people are volunteering, helping pilgrimage services, but so many people also are helping us by their donations. We get donations from warehouses, stores, private people, and we're so thankful. We're so thankful for that, because the pilgrimage wouldn't be possible without that.
W takiej fajnej panierce, takiej ostrej, super, delicious. We start about 1,200 pilgrims. Yeah, we put the marinade and then we put on the oil and we just bake it. Yeah, that's a very hard job.
No i powiedz, ziemniaki do tego do
And also we got the mashed potato, and also we got the salad, green salad. And the Friday with We serve the vegetable soup and the macaroni with cheese. The people like it. What else? Saturday we got the borscht, white borscht with the kielbasa. With the kielbasa, and then we got the meatballs with the macaroni also, and the tomatoes. And then also we got the in the morning breakfast, that is sandwich. We just work from the morning. She worked yesterday also. We just work from the morning through the end. We prepare 2 dishes each day. So that's very hard.
Cebulę to trzeba samą pokroić.
Prawie.
Prawie całą, tak.
To be in the pilgrimage doesn't mean only to be physically and walk, because we can do a lot, even if we cannot walk.
Dobry wieczór.
We've been hosting our dear guests during the pilgrimage for about 13 years now. We started to get involved with the pilgrimage back in 1997. We bought this house a couple of years later, and we started to invite Franciscan brothers and priests. Basically, we are having the house full of guests for 4 days, up to 4 nights, sometimes a few days after pilgrimage. And it's really nice way of having a deeper connection to people who are walking for 4 days every year. They pray. We are logistical support, so we help whatever has to be done. We help. We are very close to the church, so we can offer our house. That's our way of saying thank you for all the prayers, and that's the way to help.
And we don't have to walk.
Pretty much.
A family welcomed us into their home at the beginning of the pilgrimage, and that's the blessing of a parish. So St. Peter, St. Paul, where we're beginning this pilgrimage, it's a family of so many families welcoming the pilgrims. So it's a real blessing to start at a family's house, share stories. Tonight, as we're here gathered, we're going to be singing and just being together and enjoying each other's presence, and as we begin the pilgrimage. So very grateful to begin in a home, because the theme of the pilgrimage is the church is our home. So to bring faith in Christ into the home, and to bring that to the street, bring it to the home, it's life. Life with faith in Christ is important.
We talk about the church being a pilgrim people, but we don't know what a pilgrim is, so it's theory. However, when you're on a pilgrimage, you really get a sense that, first of all, a number of very spiritual things are happening.
The time, which is very important, because we're closer to God after every step, and we're closer to each other, and good things are happening in our hearts.
Sometimes you feel like walking and it's exciting, and other times you don't, but you keep walking.
Our goal is to meet God, to face Him one day, but we cannot make it without the way, day after day, following His teachings, following His commandments, growing in love. We cannot reach the goal, the final goal. Everyone in the pilgrimage can realize that. It's the truth about our lives.
Immaculate Mary, your praises we sing. You reign now in splendor with Jesus our King. Ave, Ave, Ave Maria. Ave, Ave Maria. In heaven the blessed, your glory proclaim. On earth we, your children, invoke your fair name.
We come on this pilgrimage and, you know, we're poor, like we don't have anything, right? Like we have our clothes and that's it. And we walk one step at a time, and we know where we're going. We don't know how we're gonna get there. We don't know what's gonna happen on the way, but we trust that we're gonna